Hello YouTube, this is Samax. Thank you for stopping by the channel today. As promised, we're going to take a look at the B-base that I have been working on off of camera. What you see in front of you right here is just a kind of decorative entrance into the B-base. It's underground underneath that pool of water over there. To the right of it is a teak tree farm, which is being used extensively below, and I'll show you. So as we fly over here, you'll see that I've taken my hybrids or ultimate hybrids and ran them around the outside of this. In the middle is just a decorative glass thing with water. If we go below it, you'll see that just a standard kind of glass fiber cable which runs down into the base from above, and then a light to keep everything nice and cozy up here. As you descend down into the base, you'll see how all of that teak wood is being used. Eventually this whole floor will be it, although it's becoming kind of bland with all of that gray, and I'm going to have to find some way of offsetting it to make it more interesting. If we fly back here or look back here, you can see that the glass fiber cable comes in here. It feeds this matter fab, and this feeds all the scrap boxes into it. It branches across and it comes to just about right here. This is where we have a high voltage consumer, an energy bridge, and then a build craft producer. The system, the B-base, has its own AE system. This is a really small molecular assembly chamber. It has 2 pattern providers and 2 CPUs. Although the more I think about it, what I really need to do is yank one of these pattern providers out and add an additional CPU so that I'll have more I can do more work in here. If we come around front, you can see the drive bay, and access terminal, and then a crafting monitor. Around the other side is 5 storage monitors. They're monitoring beeswax, alveary blocks, pollen, propolis, and I'm sorry, that's royal jelly. I need to add one for pollen. I just noticed that I'm not producing it very fast, and so I need to produce it better. I've made a change up top, and we'll look at it in just a second. On this side you can see the thermionic fabricator, and then on the other side is just a regular old powered furnace. As we fly over the top of this, the first thing you'll notice is the 3 railcraft tanks. These were originally Zycraft tanks, but I'm certain that most of you have heard that there is a bug with the Zycraft tanks, and they cause lag, and so what we decided to do was transition them all into railcraft tanks. This one holds honey, the middle one holds DNA, and I don't know what it is about the railcraft tank that kind of magnifies the pixels on this, but it looks really, really cool with the big pixels. And then below is, or this last one is seed oil. You can see the 5 advanced DNA machines here. This one is the gene pool, the next one is the isolator, the synthesizer, the purifier, and move it, pig, and the inoculator. Currently I'm running impregnable bees in here because I want to make some titanium. Over here is all of the honey stuff. So this is the squeezer that handles honey. In the middle is the analyzer, which requires honey, and then finally the carpenter for scented paneling, which also requires honey. Now on the opposite side is the seed oil operation. In the middle is the squeezer. On the right is the impregnable sticks, and then the impregnable casing. Over here are centrifuges. If we look up above, you can see that we run a single AE storage or export bus that yeah, export bus that runs all along here. On the end is a router that's just barely, you can just barely make out, which handles pulling all of the stuff out of them and putting it back in the system with this import bus. And then each of these is just assigned a random set of combs. If I need to, I can add 5 more. I've already looked into doing that, but right now these are keeping up without a problem, so there's no reason to add any additional ones. And then over here in this last setup is the alvearies, or apiarist chests. Each of them are connected to the AE system by a storage bus, so it allows me to keep them in here, but at the same time access them in my AE terminal for searching. On this side are a bunch of hybrid princesses that are not really important, but on this side is all the pure. So there's pure drones, followed by pure princesses, and a few extras of pure queens. So as we looking back, there is a bunch of alvearies doing different things. This first one here, you can see it's got the mutator blocks, so this is my mutator alveary, and then behind it we have silver, electrum, and then these last 3 are all platinum. I definitely want platinum. That's one of the main reasons why I started looking into bees. Then we got gold, bronze, invar, and emeralds. And then on this side, there's one more platinum alveary, and then the rest of these are going to run titanium. We can go up top and check out the top side. There's just a few apiaries that are sitting over here doing nothing. I'm kind of scared of what that is. I believe that Aaron has just dropped that off for me. But these are running industrious queens all the way across. These are running imperials. And then this last set, because I wasn't producing enough pollen, is also running industrious. And so hopefully this will keep up with the pollen that I need. One other thing that you might notice is these trees. I think that most of you know this, but I'll say it anyway. But if you put trees that have interconnecting leaves next to each other, or next to bees that are working, they will mutate their leaves. And you can use a grafter to pull off these leaves, and you will automatically get a sapling. And so there's going to be a small spoiler here for anyone, so close your ears if you don't want to hear it. But the way you get teak is, this is a silver lime sapling sitting in the middle of 4 jungle trees, and so those give you the teak. It's a very low percentage chance, though. It took me a long time to get it. When I got one, I ran it over here and planted it, and it has supplied me with many, many, many more, which I desperately need from the size of that floor below. Now, I think there's one last thing I want to show you, and it's both a combination of here and at the regular base. What I noticed was I was making lots of trips back and forth for just a few supplies, and so there's an ender chest here that's set up to supply those to me. So if you'll watch, if I grab this glass, it's going to automatically put 64 glass back in there for me. And that's all. This is a link between this is a link between the AE systems at the base and then this B base, and if I put a storage bus on it, it would automatically put that in there also. I just have not done that yet. So if we bounce back to my base, I'll show you how all that's hooked up. Give everything just a second to render and it's fine. So if we go down into the AE room, first of all, there's a bunch of chests. We have, the other day, Aaron went on a trip into the Twilight Forest and brought us back some of the Twilight saplings, and most importantly, that rainbow oak. If we look below it, we have a new guy on the server, and he sent us gifts. This coin of fortune and this sojourn staff. I don't know if anyone's seen this thing, but it's pretty cool. You can take it and place from a long distance. You can place torches on the wall. That's going to be great for caving. Unfortunately, I don't cave all that much anymore with quarries in the whole quarry world. And then the coin of fortune draws everything back to you within a couple of blocks. It gives you a much larger block radius that you can affect, or that you can pull stuff into Anyway, the reason why we came back over here is to look at this back here. So, I don't know if any of y'all remember what this room used to look like, but there was not a chest sitting here. And so this is that same ender chest that's in my other base, and it's fed by 4 routers. Each of them have a machine upgrade, and so it taps into the AE system, and all of them have export buses, and then each of them are assigned a specific thing. This one exports glass. Well, the router holds 64 of it, and then I'm telling it to place that glass into slot 2 of this ender chest, which corresponds to right there. And then above, we've got gold into slot 1, redstone into slot 0, and then finally iron into slot 3. These are the things that I found I needed between the 2 bases. There's a few things that I come back for every once in a while, but this has cut down on the trips between the 2 of them significantly. I had another problem with my blaze farm this week, and I'm just not sure why they stopped producing blaze rods. But I had, let's see, I've got 4 of them up and running now, but I came in the other day and these were all off, and I just about had a heart attack. It's probably the 3rd or 4th time I've had to warm up these boilers, and it's just not fun to eat all of that time. So let me, I'm making a surplus of blaze rods right now. Well, let me go grab one out of this system right here. No, I just needed 1. I'll take a stack. Slide over here and put that in place and get this boiler up and running also. There we go. So guys, I thank you very much for visiting my channel today. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or topics that you would like to see me cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below. I want to thank you all for continuing to support my channel, and I look forward to producing more videos. Until next time, bye.